This current console generation is close to the end. It's obvious that many developers are preparing for the next generation, which will be the PlayStation 5 and maybe the Xbox 2. Within the last few years, and really just the last year overall, discussion, rumors, and leaks have started to ramp up. The most recent leak is coming via Marcus Sellers, who has a very rocky reputation as a quote-unquote insider. But anyway, he claims that PlayStation 5 dev kits went out early this year to third-party developers. And following this tweet, the internet exploded as signs that the PlayStation 5 is close. Personally, again, the source of this leak is very questionable. What I will say is that it would make sense that some of the big third-party companies are getting dev kits in order to get ready for the next generation, hopefully being a little bit more prepared than they were with the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But it's also been reported that in 2012, the PS4 dev kits were sent out, about 2 years ahead of the console's launch. Analysts believe the PlayStation 5 is coming in either 2019 or 2020. Michael Pachter, who's a gaming analyst for Wedbush Securities, believes 2019, saying, "My expectation that is that it's not coming out in 2018. That is a 2019 or 2020, but probably 2019. Sony is probably timing it better because they are going to bring out a 4K capable device when the 4K TV market reaches 50% in the USA and 35% in the rest of the world." On the other hand, Macquarie Capital Securities analyst Damien Thong, who has a good track record of predictions, being the individual to predict the PlayStation 4 Pro and PlayStation 4 Slim announcements. And he believes that the PS5 is coming before 2018 ends, specifically saying to the Wall Street Journal that he expected Sony to release its next generation PlayStation by the second half of 2018, which probably would mean that we would have to get a reveal at E3 2018. Another analyst, NPD Group's Matt Piscatella, echoed Pachter's belief by saying, "2020 is what I have in my forecast. The data suggests that there's no need to do it earlier, but I've been surprised before, so I'm as interested in this as anyone." The only time Sony really has addressed any questions regarding the next step came in an interview around E3 2017 featuring President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America and Chairman of SIE Worldwide Studios, Sean Layden, who was asked directly when would the PlayStation 5 come about, and simply he answered that it will probably be some time. Some other interesting news that broke just the other day is a Sony patent that's recently been granted by the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and it reveals that Sony is working on backward compatibility features for a new system, which is safe to say, the PlayStation 5. Being that backwards compatibility was probably one of the biggest missteps that Sony had with the PlayStation 4, it looks like they're not going to make that mistake again. It probably will be some time until we hear gaming companies openly discuss this next generation, but it has started. CD Projekt Red, developers of the Witcher franchise, who is currently working on Cyberpunk 2077 that is reportedly set to be shown at E3 2018, mentioned recently in a presentation that the game would feature rich, true-to-life visuals built on the current and next-generation technology, possibly hinting that the game will be a cross-generation title. I reported back in January that an inside source at Sony had claimed that they received an early tech demo of the game, so this may make a little more sense if CD Projekt Red is working with Sony and maybe even Microsoft to have the game ready for when the PlayStation 5 and maybe the Xbox 2 comes about. Based on Polish government documents that were filed around last year, right now the indication is that Cyberpunk 2077 will be ready by mid-2019, which supports rumors that this will be a cross-generation title if the 2019-2020 PlayStation 5 release date window is to be believed. Anyway, right now Sony has been killing it with the PlayStation 4 this generation, recently surpassing 75 million console sales. But certainly Sony recognizes that there is competition. Sony's head of corporate planning, Kazuhiko Takeda, revealed recently that the company can't ignore the Nintendo Switch. Specifically, he said, "At our gaming business, sales of the PlayStation 4 are strong heading into the holidays, but we can't ignore the Nintendo Switch, which has also captured consumers' attention. Our business model involves selling both the game console and the software for it, so we're working to get more customers paying continuously for content, for example through paid subscription services." So while no one expects a PSP or a PS Vita, it seems Sony will be making some decisions based on their competition. One of the decisions maybe to do what Microsoft recently did with their Game Pass program, which was making all Xbox exclusive games available at release for Game Pass members. And that probably would be doing something of the same nature for the PlayStation exclusive games, and that would be probably added to the PlayStation Now service, which certainly would be a massive boost to paid subscriptions. Either way, the PlayStation 5 is coming sooner than most probably expected. Do I think 2018? No, but my best guess is on 2020. There was a 6-year gap in between the PlayStation and the PS2, with another 6 years before the PlayStation 3's release in 2006. Then about 7 years later, the PlayStation 4 came about, and right now if 2020 is the year for the PlayStation 5, it fits pretty good with how long these generations typically last. But what we do know for sure is that the PlayStation 5 is indeed in active development. How far along into development, we don't know. And for now though, we'll have to ponder what this next generation may or may not feature. Anyway guys, what is some of your predictions and expectations with the next generation of consoles? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But thank you for watching, make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.